What's going on, guys? This is Joe. I am back with, once again, another Ixalan draft, and we open an interesting pack, actually. There's two really good, there's two really good green cards here. I wanted to just double check and make sure I wasn't saying something crazy about Waker of the Wilds, but this card's really good. I also like Wild Growth Walker, but I feel like the Waker of the Wilds needs a little bit less setup. But it is double green, but I don't have as much of a problem with double green if we're playing one or two colors, which is typically what I end up doing anyway. This card is going to be just fine, if not much better than fine. So I'm going to take the Waker of the Wilds. If we don't end up in green, it's not the end of the world. That's just how drafting works, but I'm going to be leaning much more towards green with this kind of a card in my deck. So I'm going to take the Waker of the Wilds here. Wild Growth Walker was good there, but I think Waker of the Wilds is considerably better. I think Walker of the Wilds is defensible. Or is that Wild Growth Walker, not Walker of the Wilds? That's over here. But I think Wild Growth Walker is defensible. But hey, look, speaking of which, there's another one. I know that we're likely putting someone to our left in green by passing that. But still, we have all three uncommons and a rare here, which means maybe they took a foil. Maybe there's a good foil in this pack. I don't know. I like Wild Growth Walker, and this is a merfolk as well. Not that it cares about other merfolks or anything, but they're typically the ones who are exploring. So I'm totally okay with taking the Wild Growth Walker here to follow up. It's a shame that we won't have the other one, and like I said, we might be giving somebody else the inkling that they can take it. But that'll hurt us maybe in pack 2, but that can be where we start picking up our second color more heavily. So let's see. Okay, well, usually merfolk want to be green-blue. Right now we have a pretty good black card in Bishop of the Bloodstained, but then it wants us to go vampires. We could do that. We could also just do Unclaimed Territory and try to use it to play merfolk with. There's Pirates, Pies, Prosper. There's nothing in here that like jumps out at me as like an amazing card. I guess I don't mind the Cutthroat, but I think I'm going to go for, well, so I guess Skullduggery is good too, but if I'm going to take a black card, I would probably take the Bishop. I think I'm going to go with the Unclaimed Territory. It's not an amazing pick here, especially third pick, but I don't, like I said, nothing in this pack jumps out at me. I guess Pirate's Prize isn't terrible either. Maybe I go with that instead. Yeah, I guess I go with that. I don't know that I'm tribal yet, and it feels bad taking that super early. So I'll go with Pirate's Prize. Drawing cards is cool. Okay, so there's a River Sneak, which is an okay card. I don't know that it's better than Pounce or Opt. I think I'll go with Pounce to start. Pounce is a really good removal spell. It's better than River Sneak, I think, in this instance, because we don't know that we're going to get a million merfolk, which is when this card gets better. Otherwise, it's just a 1/1 unblockable for 2. So I think Pounce is better in that respect. Same amount of mana, but it's a removal spell. It's at instant speed. And Opt is just fine, but I think Pounce is better here. So there were 2 Sure Strikes there as well. 1 foil, 1 non-foil. There's Kumena's Speaker. That card's great. I like this card quite a bit. And I think it's, for us, the best card in the pack right now. Ixali's Diviner is okay, especially following up Wild Growth Walker, but I think Kumena's Speaker is better. It's a 1-drop, but it can become, it's a 1/1 for 1, but it can become much better if we are going green-blue, and we're obviously not married to blue with just Pirate's Prize, but if they're going to keep giving us good green, we're going to keep taking it. Okay, well, this card is not good enough, I don't think, especially in this deck. Blossom Dryad's not bad, but I haven't had really good luck with Blossom Dryad. Storm Sculptor's not bad. There's a lot of exploring merfolk, and then this can come in, bounce that merfolk back to our hand if it didn't get a +1/+1 counter, and we can just replay it. Or really, honestly, any Enter the Battlefield effects. Plus, if we are going Wild Growth Walker, if we do get more Explore cards, that helps a lot. Ixali's Keeper's not bad, Blossom Dryad's not bad, but I think Storm Sculptor, is better. So we'll go with the Storm Sculptor. Shaper's Sanctuary is fine, but I think it's a later pick. There's Storm Sculptor or Jungle Delver. That's an interesting one. I'm not a huge fan of Jungle Delver. Obviously, with Waker of the Wilds, we're going to want ways to make extra mana. So that might have made the Blossom Dryad a more defensible pick earlier. But I'm going to go with another Storm Sculptor here. I guess we're high on 4s, so maybe I go Jungle Delver this time. I'm sure we'll see a lot more Storm Sculptors later if this is how late we're seeing them now. We still have 2 more packs to go. So I'll take a 1-drop. Hopefully it can do some work for us. Deeproot Warrior is just fine. It's better than Navigator's Ruin by a lot. And there's really nothing else that jumps out at me here. Nest Robber's not terrible, but it's not worth going into red for. And Deeproot Warrior's just fine. It's a Merfolk, but it's also just a good card in green. Here's our opening pack. See, here's another Storm Sculptor. 2 of our uncommons are still here, which makes me feel better. Although the Wild Growth Walker is gone. I guess I take... See, obviously it's between Crushing Canopy, Spike-tailed Ceratops, and the Storm Sculptor here. I'm gonna bank on getting more of these, and I'm gonna go with the Storm Sculptor. I don't know that I necessarily want many more than 2. Compass isn't terrible. It flips into, Maze of Ith, and we can get lands with it to use for Waker of the Wilds and fueling our Jungle Delver and things like that. Rallying Roar is nice. I'm surprised that that card's still here, but I think Compass is better for our deck. Here's a Spike-tailed Ceratops. I don't know that I'll play it, but I'll take it. It's not a terrible card, and it's definitely the best one in the pack for us. Ceratops or Cobbled Wings? The Wings isn't terrible, getting something into the air for evasion, but we do have Storm Sculptors, so... I'll take the Cobbled Wings. If these are coming around late, like I said, maybe we'll get one later in other packs. There's a Headwater Sentries. I don't know that we play it, but we take it. It's a Merfolk and in blue. Demolish, we're not playing. And a land. Okay. Alright, pack 2 and or 3. Give us something good. Well, Registrar Alpha is good, but not really for this deck. This card's really nice. Although, I think Deeproot Waters is better for us. It sucks to pass this. But Deeproot Waters is definitely better. There's a Pounce in this pack. There's a Run Aground, which isn't terrible. There's a Contract Killing, which isn't for us, but is good. I think Deeproot Waters, though, if we have enough Merfolk, getting them out, and then, if we have things that care about Merfolk entering the battlefield or plussing up Merfolk or things like that, that matters a lot. So I'm going to take this Deeproot Waters here. Okay, there's a Tempest Caller. I like Tempest Caller. Maverin Fane is still here. We're not in white. Look at all this white. 3 white uncommons and a white rare. This pack is gross. I'm glad I didn't open this one. That would have felt real bad. I think Tempest Caller is better than Jade Guardian, although I'm okay with either. And they're really the only cards in the pack for us. Colossal Dreadmaw is not terrible, but it's not better than Tempest Caller. Or Jade Guardian in this case. Okay, we have the... I like this card, not for this deck, but I like this card. I like this card as well, also not for this deck. I think Windstrider is fine. It is a Merfolk, but that's not why I'm taking it. I'm taking it because it's a Flash Flyer. It's a good blocker. You can play it at the end of their turn if they've done nothing else. If we happen to be keeping up mana for a Pounce or something like that, and then they don't do anything that we have to use that on because they're afraid of it, we can just play this out and get them the next turn by attacking them when they aren't expecting it. So I think we'll play this Windstrider. I've seen nothing that explores yet, which means we're probably taking this Wild Growth Walker out. The Drover of the Mighty is a good card, but not in this deck. There's another Unclaimed Territory. I might take that over a 3rd Storm Sculptor. As we saw, we might get that late. Prosperous Pirates isn't terrible. It's not a Merfolk, but it is something that can get us treasures to ramp up into, doing stuff with Waker of the Wilds or Jungle Delver. But I think I'm going to do, let's see, it's only to cast a creature spell, the Chosen Type, so we can't use it for the Waker's ability or for Jungle Delver's ability, but we can use it to play almost anything else. But we do have other things here. That's a tough one. I'll go with the Pirates. I don't know that I'm playing them, but I'll take them. Okay, I think Water Trap Weaver is a little bit better than Siren Storm Tamer, especially in this case. I really like Water Trap. I like this effect. Just tapping creatures down is really good. It can be defensive, offensive. Shaper Apprentice would also be nice, but I think Water Trap Weaver is better in this case. We're kind of light up anyway, but it's just a great card. The Ranging Raptors, there's another Windstrider, there's a Ravenous Daggertooth, and a Runaground. That's an interesting choice. At this point, honestly, I'm looking at the 2 3-drops. One, we talked about how light our 3-drop slot is. But 2, I mean, this can help us get a land, which we would need. And then this is just a 3-powered creature that will trade up and gain us life in the process. Or could trade up and will gain us life in the process. I think at this point, I'm going to go with the Ranging Raptors. I hope that's the right choice. I'm usually cool with Dagger Teeth. But I'm going to try the Ranging Raptors this time. There's a New Horizons. There's a Spell Pierce. This almost looks foil. Is this foil? I don't know. I can't tell. The art's amazing on that card, so it's hard to tell sometimes. There's a New Horizons, though. I like New Horizons in this deck. I think it's... I mean, Ixali's Keeper's not bad, but we've got enough things to sink our mana into, so I'd like to just be able to make more mana at this point. We don't really need to fix it with 2 colors, but New Horizons will help us. Plus, it puts a counter on something, and we're going to be making a lot of creatures, as we've seen. So I'll try it. It might come out, but I doubt it. Well, here's that Ixali's Keeper. I think it's better than Prying Blade. So let's... Yeah, and there's really nothing else for us. Bonded Horcrest is cool, and Dual Shot's great, but not in our deck. So Ixali's Keeper it is. Wow, Pounce came back? Okay, yeah, that's awesome. I guess you cut a color and people realize that they can't be in it? That's insane. Why is Pounce still here? There was nothing in my mind that ever made me believe that I would get this card back out of this pack. I'll take it before it goes away. Before I realize it was an illusion of some kind. I'm not taking... I guess I could take Commune and get a land. Whatever. I don't even know that I'll play it. I'll put it on the side. The Spineback came back. The Cobbled Wings. The Chalice is not worth it in this deck. Like I said, I think we have enough to do with our mana. This is a great card, but I don't see it here. So I'll take a Wings and put it in the side. If we notice that we can fly over our opponent or something. This is nothing for us. Unknown Shores that we won't play. Prying Blade that we won't play. Run Aground that we might actually play. Not terrible. Alright, last pack. Anything for us? There are some things here we can cut. Entrancing Melody is a great card. Charging Monstrosaur. Oh, that feels bad. And Emergent Growth too. This is a great pack. It's going to be Entrancing Melody, but this feels terrible to pass. Obviously, we're not... Like, it's almost... There's almost no chance we're playing the people in our pod. But still, this card looks gorgeous in foil, even though it's Magic Online foil, so it's not real. Okay. Hey, look, an Explore card. We're still taking Entrancing Melody. I would take Emergent Growth, too. Not a terrible card. If it comes back, which I doubt, I'll take it. Although, to be fair, that Pounce came back, so I'm taking Entrancing Melody, though. That's a fine pickup. Ugh, God, we could have had a sick deck. Shapers of Nature, though. This card's fantastic. We could have had sick red cards. 2 of them in a row. Someone's going to be real happy. Anyway, Shapers of Nature is a fantastic card and exactly what I want for this deck. It's a mana sink, it's a merfolk, it's a 3-drop, a 3/3 for 3. I can't ask for a better card. If I get like one more of these, my day will be made. Crash the Ramparts will be nice if it comes back. Otherwise, Sailor of Means is fine. I looked at the Deadeye Plunderers for a second before I saw the Shapers of Nature, but Shapers is obviously a better choice, and I don't need to splash black. Okay. I don't think this is right. No. There's nothing that cares about it enough for that to matter. Depths of Desire is just fine. It's an instant. Again, like we were talking about, we can leave up mana for like Windstrider or something like that, and Depths of Desire, and if nothing comes up for this, we can get them by playing the Windstrider. Plus, it gives us a treasure, which helps us out. So yeah, I'll take a Depths. Some tempo cards are nice at this point. Quartermaster would be okay, but we don't... These aren't equip... Oh, well, a Cobbled Wings is an equipment, but I'm not putting a 4-drop, a 4-mana 2/2 in my deck to get Cobbled Wings with. It's between Siren Lookout and Run Aground. Oh, sorry. I totally missed the Water Trap Weaver. We're taking the Water Trap Weaver. That's a much better option than both of these at this point. I just talked about tempo, and it gave it to me. This pack is very bad for us. Why did that happen all of a sudden? Interesting. There's like literally... I'll take the Quartermaster, but I'm not playing it for... I guess I could put both Cobbled Wings in, but that feels awful. I'll just play this 2/2 and then have to spend 3 more mana next turn for the card that I'm getting to be relevant? Ugh, that feels real bad. It's the only thing here for us, though. Okay, this is better. Wow, there's another Spineback. There's a Depths, another New Horizons, another Arcane Adaptation that still does nothing, but it's still a second rare. I'm going to take another Kumana Speaker. Something's coming back here for us. Depths, New Horizons, worst case dive down. I'm going to take the Speaker. Okay, interesting. Do I go with a third Storm Sculptor? Ixali's Diviner does nothing for us. It could become a 1/4, but it's just an 0/3. It's not a Merfolk, whereas Storm Sculptor is. Yeah, I'd probably just go for Storm Sculptor. I might cut one. Wow, Emergent Growth came back. Sweet. Maybe you're typing in the comments right now, duh, Joe, Emergent Growth is bad. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it seems great to me. Can put it on one, you know, I could put it on one of these 1/1s that this makes, and then just attack with everything. Yeah, no, that seems great. I'm going to take that and be real happy about it. Oh, did I not notice that there were 2 in a row? That's interesting. I think I'm going to, over Depths of Desire? That's a tough choice. I think there were other Depths cards, so I think I'm going to take the second Emergent Growth, and like I said, maybe feel bad about it. But hopefully I see another Depths here. Here's a third Cobbled Wings. I'm not taking a Brontodon. That's not necessary. There's another Ceratops. Here's that Arcane Adaptation that does literally nothing, right? Like, it's just... Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could make, like, the Ceratops into a Merfolk that would then trigger this, but that is not worth another enchantment card in my deck. I'll just take a second Ceratops. Here's a Run Aground. That's fine. We're going to have to make some cuts. Sure, I'll take this. Not that I'm playing it. There's the Depths. Much better. Now I feel better. We're good now. Another Mountain. All right. Well, we have some cuts to make. We have a good number of cuts to make, actually. What do we want to take out, then? I'm just looking through here. We might take out the Ceratops. We might put it back in if we notice that we're getting beat up on the ground pretty hard. This might not be a bad idea for that. Pirate's Prize is card draw, and it gets us a treasure. It might be a little slow. Prosperous Pirates, kind of the same thing. I'm going to get rid of the Prosperous Pirates. It's a 5-drop, which I'm not super happy about. We don't know where Entrancing Melody goes. So this Wind Strider is the top of our curve, unless we're using Entrancing Melody to get something big. But otherwise, we can use our mana for Shapers of Nature, Waker of the Wilds, and technically Jungle Delver, although I'm not leaning too heavily on that card. If we have an extra 4 mana, we can drop it into this guy, but that's not on the top of my priority list by any means. New Horizons isn't bad. We only got one. I think we saw that second one and passed it up for something else. But let's take out the Cobbled Wings for now. If we need to put stuff in the air, we'll remember that we have, 3 of them? Yeah, 3 of them that we can bring in. We also have 3 Storm Sculptors. Let me get rid of one of those. If we bounce Water Trap Weavers, that's kind of ideal. Water Trap Weaver into Storm Sculptor into Water Trap Weaver. If Deep-Root Waters is already out, that's even better, because that's 3 Merfolk spells right there. Off of 2 cards, basically. We still need 2 more cuts. But it looks like we have green early and then like a wall of blue late. Look at that. But a lot of our mana sink type cards are green based in terms of ability costs. Maybe we take out an Emergent Growth. We're not necessarily super hyper aggressive here, so I'll take out one of them, leave in the other, and see how it goes. With Thematic Compass and New Horizons, I think you could argue for playing less land, but I think in a deck where we want to be using that land, and that's the reason that we picked up these types of cards, I think it needs 17, which means we have to get rid of another card. You guys might be yelling at me. Maybe, well, let's do this. I try to do this more often because I know people like seeing it this way. Pounces, I think, are really important, although I don't know that our creatures are necessarily going to be super high powered, which is kind of unfortunate. We've got Run Aground, which we might get rid of 1, but it is an instant, and it's really good tempo. It's actually better than Depths, although Depths does give us the treasure as well. That's a really tough call. What the heck is our last cut here? Wow. I'm like debating cutting a Pounce. Our power, like our highest power on out of all of our creatures is 3. And so if we have a Pounce in our hand with one of their, and they have like a big creature on the field, it's going to feel really bad to get like 3 for 1 if we have to like block and then fight. So the blocking creature dies, the pouncing creature dies, and we lose Pounce to kill one of their creatures. Like, that just feels terrible. That's my rationale for getting rid of Pounce. If we notice that they're playing a lot of, like if they're like a vampire deck or something, we can put the Pounce back in. That's going to be my 23. Let's see with land ratio. 10-7. But we need the forests early, so I'm going to do 9-8. If it wants to screw us over mana-wise, it's going to do it anyway. So let's just do it that way. That's my decisions. You guys obviously, as always, let me know what you think, and obviously we'll be seeing how this deck works in a second. I'm going to save it, and I'll be back with round 1 right about now. As promised, we are back once it decides to... There we go. Okay. So they are deciding whether they're going to play first, which most likely they are. Okay, well, we talked about wanting to Water Trap Weaver, Storm Sculptor, Water Trap Weaver. With this hand, we kind of get to do it twice. The problem is New Horizons, we'd want to... I'm hoping we draw a land. I'm keeping this hand, but I'm hoping within the first 3 turns we draw a 4th land or something that can get the counter from this besides the Weaver, because that'd feel real bad bouncing it afterwards when it's got a counter on it. That is kind of the price we pay for an unblockable creature, but hopefully with New Horizons we can get Storm Sculptor out first maybe, and then pump it with New Horizons to be getting in for 4 damage a turn unblockable. which would be real nice. They are taking a long time to decide on mulligans, though. That's interesting. Well, they kept us waiting a while. My God, I will keep this hand. Look at that. They wasted 4 minutes just presumably not being near their computer to end up keeping 7. So, all right. Usually that happens to me towards the end. It's happened a couple times now. Towards the end when somebody's like tilted or salty and they're just like, well, I'm just going to let my time run out, and then we end up sitting here and I have to do annoying edits and things like that. But not so much. This is the beginning. We haven't even done anything for them to be mad at us yet. This hand is weird. All right, we're done. They are white so far. They have a Raptor's Companion, a 3/1. Okay, well, we have a Pounce. We only have one. We only have one in the deck, and we just drew it. Not that we can do anything with it, despite the fact that it is 2 mana. But okay, I like Territorial Hammerskull. It's a good card. Sure, we take 3. I clearly have no blockers. All right, so we drew Waker of the Wilds. That's cool. We still haven't drawn that land I was talking about, really wishing that I could draw. Let's play the Water Trap Weaver and I guess tap down the Hammerskull, because otherwise it's going to tap down the Weaver anyway. So at least we put it down as a threat for the companion. And I think with a, I don't really know. I guess with a second Water Trap Weaver, I probably would block the companion. They might have a pump spell of some kind, but I can trade 1 for 1 for the Weaver for a pump spell. If they even decide to attack, they might not. Hammerskull is a good card. Keeping it locked down feels nice. We have the double green for the Waker, but I don't know that we play it yet. We've got enough stuff to do here on earlier turns. Are they mono white? Okay, so they're Legion Conquistadoring. Maybe they have a million others. Obviously, they have to reveal them, because it's not search for any card. Did they fail to find? Do they maybe have a million of these? A single Legion Conquistador. Okay, so they found one other. All right. I mean, it's a 3-mana 2/2. That's the thing. Do they attack? They don't. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Hey, it's a land. All right, so we have our 4th land. Question is, what do we do? If we play the Storm Sculptor, this is going to tap it when they attack, and they attack for 7. We go to 10. That feels bad. But if we draw another land, then we can Water Trap Weaver pounce something. Because this is a 3/3. It doesn't do too much. I guess it, yeah, because it would get tapped down regardless. I have to try to build out my board here, ironically, by returning something to my hand. Yeah. And that'll be it. Like I said, Hammerskull taps this. I wonder if they're off their last color. They play the Conquistador, okay. Or if they're off a color or not. Yeah, they skipped through looking, and now they're just attacking with everything. Well, obviously not that, but yep. Okay, so we have Emergent Growth, which does nothing in this situation, actual nothing. We didn't draw the land, so we have Water Trap Weaver, which we can use to tap down the Hammerskull, and then attack with the Storm Sculptor, and then we can block the Raptor Companion and take 4, and go to 6. And then we could play the other Water Trap Weaver. I guess we've got a line to follow. It's not the best, but I think it works. Let's do that. Play the Weaver. We probably could have. I mean, well, usually the better plan is to attack first. They have 1 mana. I'm not hyper concerned. But they know we have this card, so it's not hidden information, if they remembered, at least. Thinking about it. Okay, so we'll tap down the Hammer Skull. And then we will attack them for 3. And then what do they do? Oh, there we go. They found their second color. They played Queen's Commission to get 2 vampires with lifelink, and then this to make a treasure if it dies. Yep, I will trade off with this guy. And take 4 and go to 6. Does not look good. I will say that. If we draw land, we can Weaver and Pounce. Yeah, I think in this instance... Okay. So we didn't draw the land. We only have 4. If we play out the Waker of the Wilds, they attack with everything, tap one of them down, presumably the Waker. We block, we take 2, 4, 6, and we lose. We can play a Weaver, tap this down, leave them both back, block, block, take 4 and still live, but lose both of our creatures in the process, and still lose? That feels bad. Or do we concede and go to game 2? Might be the wrong choice, but I'm doing it. There's technically a line where we could live. We play the Weaver, tap something down. We talked about that, but I'd rather not give away more information if we're going to actually try to win these other games. So Pounce seems like a good idea here, and Emergent Growth seemed like a bad one, although maybe not. I guess the issue is, right, if they don't attack, then Emergent Growth is amazing. We just play it on something, they block with everything they have, and everything dies. But if they've already attacked and everything's tapped, then Emergent Growth is garbage for us, and Pounce is a lot better. It trades off because our guys aren't going to be that big. I guess we could do Waker, you know, and have like a 3/3 as one of these 3, killing one of their 2/2s or X2s or whatever, and maybe still living. But still, kind of sucked that we were stuck on 4 mana, but that's like always the case when I play on Magic Online. So let's keep the Pounce, let's get rid of the Emergent Growth and see what happens. Knowing my luck, we'll want the Emergent Growth in this game as opposed to wanting the Pounce in the last game, but we'll see. Okay, I would love to play first. Okay, it's not the worst. I'm keeping it. It's definitely not the worst. I'll play the Warrior first, then the Compass. Okay. We're back to the difficult decision moment for them last time was Weather to Mulligan to 6, but again, I suspect that they had walked away there, although the amount of time that we're waiting might lead me to believe that they're having tough choices to make. All right, well, sorry about the wait, or the cut, I should say. I was the one that waited, but I had flashbacks from last time, so it was only about a minute or so, but still, it took them a little while to decide to keep 7, which they did. All right, let's play this Deep-Root Warrior, get something out early for us, which is nice. This is actually a really good creature for us. They don't, from what we've seen, their early drops do not want to block. So, all right. We got a Kumina's Speaker, too. Oh, wow, we can actually play the Compass and the Speaker this turn. That's amazing. Let's attack first. This is the opportunity where attacking first matters, because they might have something in white and black for 2 mana. Or they're just, yep, see? Slash of Talons, perfect. They might have saved it for this if we had waited, so that's fine. I guess the question is, do we depths? I don't know that it's worth it, but I guess we could depths and play Kumina's Speaker this turn. So maybe it is worth it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to bounce this creature to my hand, and I'm going to use the treasure to make my Kumina Speaker. Green, please. Perfect. Interesting. I liked that. I liked that line of play. Next turn we have Compass and Deep-Root Warrior. I think that's fine. Ooh, or we could just run aground their Territorial Hammerskull. Okay, so we have a 4th land. We do have a 2/2. We could just put this on top of their library. I think that would be fine. Yeah, let's do that. And then attack for 2. Like I said, next turn we have both of these. Okay. They can explore and walk the plank. That's actually really funny. We have lots of merfolk. Good luck. Okay. Let's all right, so it is a 3/3, which is unfortunate, but that's, I think, still fine. We'll play a land. And then I guess we're not attacking this turn because they have a 3/3. But we do have Pounce for later. Let's play Compass. And then I guess we could just do it, right? We could just use the Compass. Or we could play the Deep-Root Warrior, or we could keep up Pounce. I see no need to keep up Pounce. And this isn't... I guess we would have 2/2/2 blockers to kill this guy, but that feels real bad. Because if they have another like Slash of Talons type situation, then we just lose both our creatures. And our only creatures, we have nothing else after that. So let's... No attacks. Let's pass. We could do this whenever. Okay, they replay the Hammerskull. That's not a surprise. Might as well use this at some point. And we need a forest anyway, so we'll take a forest. Cool. Yep. 3 damage happens. Okay. And we drew another land anyway. But they know we have this one, so let's show it to them. Okay, so if we Deep-Root Warrior, we can then keep up Compass or Pounce. Problem is we still can't attack because they have very effectively locked us down. Interesting. So we can do shenanigans with, like, when they tap one of our creatures, we could pounce with it and block, but we would only be able to block the Hammer Skull, but both of our creatures would die in the process. Like, this is why I didn't want pounce. In our deck, it's not good. I'm just going to take 5 here and go to 12. Yeah, this feels bad. Like I said, I especially with this hand, I don't want to lose both of my creatures. All right, great, cool. They have a flyer. I guess that's something we could kill. Yep. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, they're going real wide. I guess we compass again? God. Do we or do we pounce? Like, I really don't honestly know what's right here. This would be our 7th land, and it's at the beginning of our end step that it transforms, so we actually don't need it to look up another one. So let's pounce instead. But I'll get rid of, I guess, Kumena's Speaker here. But do we kill the flyer or the 3/1? That's the question. Kumena's Speaker will kill the flyer. We just have to hope we draw something relevant. Nope. No such luck. Well, we'll play a land and pass. We can at least thematic compass something. Definitely not attacking. Well, I guess I should have attacked. That was silly. It would have traded at least with this. Yeah, that's my fault. That's fine. We can Maze of Ith the menace creature. That's a cool thing that we can do. The Hammer Skull clearly is going to tap this down regardless because it triggers on attacks. So, yep. I mean, we will use that on that, but yeah. That's fine. So we take 5 and go to 6. Kind of sucks. Wish I had other cards in my hand that aren't land. That will technically work because we just bounce it and then play it again, but it doesn't have an enter the battlefield effect. But still, we'll do it. Okay. So we clearly return Okay, so they just win then. All right. Well, they had it. They had the removal spell. We had nothing. That was rough. We will be, like I said, we're trying to go 2-1. Not looking good to start. We'll be back for round 2 in a second. All right, we are back for round 2. That was a bad loss in round 1. This is an okay hand. We can play the Deep Root Warrior. We can New Horizons. Yeah, this seems fine. I'll keep it. They are playing first. Okay. We will also play a land and pass. They're part black. That's not good. As we've seen, yeah. This archetype seems pretty good. Okay, well, we haven't lost yet. We only just started, but it doesn't look good right from jump. So let's see how we do. New Horizons next turn will help, at least for what they have on board. If they attack, they're going to get in for 2 because I'm not blocking here. It's our only creature right now. Nope, they're playing a Territorial Hammerskull. This deck seems oddly familiar, doesn't it? This is just all we're going to play today, I guess. Yep, I'll take 2 if you attack. I'm not going to block. Okay. That's your choice, man. I It's all you. All right. See, technically I can attack for 3 here, and if they block, it becomes 4. Ooh, next turn, Emergent Growth feels real good. If they leave all this stuff back. Yeah, that's what's happening there. I guess I attack, right? I mean, there's no reason not to. Well, we have all the things that make us or get us extra mana. But that's about all we've got. We're going to take 4. They're going to quote unquote tap our creature. So yeah, it wouldn't have mattered to leave this back anyway. The Hammer Skull would have just tapped it, and we have nothing else as a secondary blocker. So we're just going to take 4. That's fine. I'm actually surprised they're attacking with the Hoarder. I mean, I guess, do as much damage as possible, and maybe they don't need the treasure. I guess they don't if they have 4 lands. They might be flooded. Or they might just have exactly what they need, which would be nice for them. Alright, so they play the Fathom Fleet Cutthroat, and this wasn't dealt damage this turn, thank God, and we drew another land, which is annoying. Alright, so we can Emergent Growth, which would only kill this 3/3. The problem is if we don't attack, like we can Compass and then use the Compass to like get as many lands out of our deck as possible, but all we're doing is just adding to the misery of what is our hand right now. I still think it's really our only play, isn't it? If we don't attack, they tap it with the Hammer Skull. If we do attack, then they block with this, and this becomes a 4/4. So this would kill it. So I assume they're just going to take the 3 and then crack back for 7 and bring us to 9. But it's otherwise we waste an Emergent Growth, make this an 8/8 to kill this 3/3, which would, again, this would then be a 9/9. But still, so I think we just have to Compass here. It's our only option, unfortunately. Feels real bad. And we're going to have a turn or 2 before we can actually do anything about it. I guess because we have a million forests, I guess I take an island, not that it really matters. And let's attack. Still got to attack. Either they lose a creature or either they lose a creature or they take 3. Clearly they're just taking 3 so that they can hit us for 7. Okay. Alright, let's see what they do in response. Or not even what they do in response. Let's see what they play after they hit us for 7. Because that's what matters. They play an Interloper with Menace, and they get a Swamp. Okay, well, at least it's not bigger, and they played the land. So I guess that was their only one. Ooh, I can draw cards. That's cool. All right, so let's do this before we... Okay. I guess we'll do it this way. Draw 2 cards, get a treasure. Two relevant cards, please. Or not. Maybe. Maybe not. Yes, no. Why won't you let me draw cards? I just want to draw cards. I'm losing anyway. Thank you. Okay. So Deep-Root Waters doesn't do much. We don't have enough to run aground even if we play a land, which we're obviously going to. Because Treasure Island... Treasure Island. Jesus. Treasure Island and Forest is only 3, so we can't run aground or Emergent Growth. We can Deep-Root Waters, which feels real bad. But we can do it. Again, problem is we just no creatures at all. This is great. So do we lose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we lose. They tap our creature. We can't put anything on top. Great. All right. Well, let's go to the next game. This is going super well. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what we do. How many? We have 12 creatures. Is that just not enough? Do we have to put these Ceratopses in? Like, put in one of them for the emergent growth since they're attacking us like crazy and it's not helping? Do we... We haven't seen this Windstrider or this Entrancing Melody yet. They're just black-white again. Do we maybe take out a Storm Sculptor since we need to focus on tempo and put it in the other Ceratops? Kind of raises our curve, but let's try it. We need to be able to stop them a little bit better since they're just kicking our asses right now on the ground. Yes, I'd love to play first. This seems like an okay hand. I mentioned not seeing this Entrancing Melody, and now we see it. We also get the Shapers, which is nice. Yeah, I'll keep it. It's not amazing. There's not a lot of synergies. I don't know how we're playing this Storm Sculptor. We only have one non-Storm Sculptor creature, but we will play it and pass. Shapers of Nature is a really good card, but right now we don't even have a 4th land, which feels real bad. So, Pirate's Prize would be nice as well. Next turn we have Shapers. It feels bad putting that out early because if they have the Vanquish the Weak. Okay, so they just have a vanilla 2/2. That seems fine. Okay, we drew the 4th land. That's an important thing. So we can draw 2 cards next turn and get a treasure, which gives us more land, or more mana, I should say. All right, they got their 2nd color. Do they use it? Do they have the Hammer Skull? Like everyone has had every game against us? Nope. Emissary of Sunrise. This card's great. 2/1 first strike. That if they explore, just bricks our Shapers. If they explore for a counter, I should say. They do get to explore, and it's Anointed Deacon, so they do get a counter. Where do they put it? On top of their library. Okay. It happens. They, I assume, don't attack. They're tapped out. It would be really bad for them if they attacked with this guy. You could do it if you want, but I feel like that's like the opposite of what you want to do. Maybe. See, the question is, if we run a... Oh, okay. I guess we could Entrancing Melody this guy. That would be kind of cool. There's a Tempest Caller as well. Emergent Growth would be good right here, in this exact moment. All right. So if we can't do it now, because this is 3 mana. We would need to do it next turn. But, you know, because we can Pirate's Prize now. We could Tempest Caller. It would tap these 2, let us attack for 3, and then we'd have a 2/3, which could still block this guy, not this guy. But we can't block this guy regardless. Plus Tempest Caller Storm Sculptor. Like, that's how we get the Storm Sculptor in. So I guess we do it. Why not? Then we get to attack. It's foil, too. Again, foil on Magic Online doesn't really mean anything. In my opinion, of course. It's just a thing. Alright. That's the end of our turn. We had other options, but I don't mind this. If we don't draw a land, it feels kind of bad, because Entrancing Melody, like, using Entrancing Melody to steal this guy feels really good, because it can just block probably almost everything in their deck. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously the best choice. No blocks from me. I'm not just going to throw away my Tempest Caller. I needed to play my Storm Sculptor. For 4 mana, what do they do? Another Legion Conquistador, okay. And they use it to search for another or not. Our first opponent had 2. This opponent has 1. Okay. Yeah, so they have 2 as well. Alright, so we drew the land. We can steal this, although it will be tapped still. But this is a blocker for either of these, even if they play the second one. So let's... Yeah, it's a sorcery, so we have to do it now. Let's do it. I'm going to steal that. It's your best creature, and it blocks everything you have. And then I can just attack with this 3/3, and if you want to... They were both at 17. Do I just attack with both? I guess if they kill my Shapers, I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, I kind of don't. Because I can just... I'll have this as a blocker later. So yeah, I guess I attack with both. Why not? They can double block either one to kill it. I guess it really doesn't matter. Neither of these is relevant enough. I guess I would kill the Conquistador. Yeah, they're going to double block. I'll kill the Conquistador first. It doesn't really matter. They're kind of both vanillas now that the Conquistador's ability is activated. But that's fine. They take 2, go to 15, and now I just have a blocker for any creature that I'm aware that they have now with their own Emissary of Sunrise. I have Pirate's Prize. I can bounce my own Tempest Caller with Storm Sculptor. I think we're actually doing somewhat okay. Not amazing, but not terrible. If they play... Okay. Okay. Well, they don't have an artifact. Yet. I was going to say, if they play Legion Conquistador this turn and that's all they do, I don't feel bad, but this is actually even better. Okay. So we have 6 now. Let's attack with the Tempest Caller. If they double block, we can put this on top of their library with Run Aground. If they just let it through, then that's great, and we can like Pirate's Prize or bounce it with Storm Sculptor. But I'm going to attack just with this. Let's see if they still do double block shenanigans. They sure do. Okay. Sure, that's a fine blocking order, but now we're going to put this back on top of your library. How's that for a tempo play? And that's it. That's all we've got. Let's see what they do. Again, they've got 2 cards in their hand now that we know about. The Conquistador and the card that we just bounced. Either one, I'm totally okay with them playing as the only card this turn. Yep. Fine with me. Yeah, if that's your turn, this feels real good. What did I miss? Oh, walk the plank. Okay. It's like the only target for that card is their own creature. That's fine. I mean, it sucks, but that's fine. We couldn't have even saved it with Run Aground because it would have put it on top of their library, which is not what we want. So now it's just in their graveyard. All right, we'll play a land. Now if we draw the Compass, we just get it at the end of turn. So let's do... It's actually a tough one. I guess we... Oh, no, that's not even a tough one at all. I'm an idiot. You 100%... Because I was like, oh, well, what if we don't draw a land? But it makes a treasure, so... Worst comes to worst. If we brick on this draw, we can just Storm Sculptor with the treasure and bounce the Caller. Because we can't attack here. They'll just block. Or we can, but it won't do anything. Okay. Everything's so slow today. There we go. All right. We got Deep Root Waters. That's cool. And we got a Run Aground as well. That feels mean. That feels really mean to run aground this thing again. I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. It's a 2/3 that can't attack unless they have an artifact, which they don't yet. But I guess it's another turn of them just drawing nothing, and we just drew 2 cards on our turn plus this turn's card and next turn's card. But then we don't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So next turn we can do this and this. So yeah, I'll do it. Doesn't matter what color we choose. Let's put that back on top of their library again. And then we can attack them for 2 for free again. Seems good. And that's our turn. We also have next turn mapped out because we have 7 mana and a 3-drop enchantment and a 4-drop creature to bounce this with. And we drew a land, so we can just empty our hand. I guess we could have bluffed that land, but I don't think it's totally necessary. Let's play the Deep Root Waters. No need to attack, I don't think. We could sneak in 2 damage, but they could have like another Walk the Plank. Not that that would actually, that wouldn't do anything. Why would I say Walk the Plank? They could have like Skullduggery, actually. That would be something that would be unfortunate if we chose to attack, which is why we won't. Okay. And then we Storm Sculptor. I'm clearly bouncing the caller, not the token. And that's it for me. All right. So they have what, a 5-turn clock? 4-turn clock? They actually drew a card this turn that they didn't know about. It's the Hammer Skull. Okay. Well, they can't tap this guy, but they can tap this guy, but that won't do anything on blocks because he's not going to be untapped ever. Okay, well, we only have 1 card in our hand. I wonder what we're going to play. Yeah, I mean, this game is pretty self-explanatory from now on, I feel like. They attack with the Hammer Skull, tap the only thing that can tap this turn, and the next turn, and from all turns from now on, I feel like, well, no, not necessarily. They'll still have that back as a blocker, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's see what we draw next turn. Okay, Conquistador is here. They already have the 1, and they didn't search for or they didn't get the other. Hey, Kumena Speaker's not nothing. All right, so for now, they didn't even attack. So for now, we're just going in with the Storm Sculptor. If they're going to let us keep attacking with a creature that can't be blocked, I'm okay with it. Again, Skullduggery is a card, but it won't do anything here. It can't kill one of these guys because they can't target it. So they could make me deal 2 damage instead of 3. But they've got 3 turns to figure out what to do with this guy. And if we get lucky enough to draw the other one, or do we might have gotten rid of the other one. But still, this is good. Okay. Let's play the Speaker. Let's get another one of these guys. And that's it. Merfolk synergies finally work for us. You know what would be a really good card to draw? How about our pack 1 pick 1? Anointed Deacon. Okay, you can beef up this vampire. I'll just throw away a 1/1. Or do I actually just kill it? He can use his ability on himself, right? Yeah, so it would just become a 5/3. So right now this is a 4/2. I guess I could just throw 2 of the hexproof guys in front of him. Yeah. Because they can't be tapped with the Hammer Skull. So, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Ooh, a Water Trap Weaver is real good. Alright. So we can... We can Water Trap Weaver, tap down the 3/3. And it's a merfolk, so we get another hexproof guy. Seems good to me. And they have 2 turns. Now technically 1 if they're tapped out for this turn, so. Alright. And we will tap this guy. Okay. Let's go to combat. We could probably just win here, right? They block 3 things, which would be 1, 2, 3, and take an extra 3. So yeah, we just win if we attack all out. And even if we don't, if I did this math wrong, we don't die on crackback, so I'm not that worried about it. Oh, I counted this. So technically they go to 1. Okay, that's fine. They can tap this with Hammer Skull if they attack with everything, but we still have a blocker. And this stays tapped down, so I'm not that worried about it. We kind of threw away Kumena Speaker, but again, not that concerned. Yep, that's fine. You go to 1. I think I have enough creatures on the field that that was still a fine play. Like I said, I miscounted the Water Trap Weaver as being able to attack because it was next to all these guys. So since it was near the middle, I assumed that it didn't have Summoning Sickness. Okay, they just conceded anyway. Sweet. All right, so in this instance, the Storm Sculptor was fine. We didn't need the Ceratops, but I think it's important that we had it. I think I'm going to run it back. Obviously, that was just... Whether that was luck or whether that was just this is how the deck is supposed to work and it hasn't done that yet, I'm not exactly sure. But that being said, I'm still going to go for it because I saw no issues there. So... Okay. Not a terrible hand. I'll keep this one. Yeah. We're missing a second forest, but the compass can help us with that. We have nothing else to play on turn 2, so why not? We have the Entrancing Melody again, which helped us out quite a bit. So, that'll be nice. Okay. Oh, there we go. Alright. Well, we drew another land, but whatever. It's the second forest. That's a thing. Desperate Castaways. I like this card. In our opponent's deck. Alright. They don't have an artifact yet, but we do. Next turn we have a blocker for it, even if they get an artifact. Okay. Very good. And we do have the Ceratops too. That's not bad. I'm definitely not using Entrancing Melody on this because once this flips, we won't have any artifacts anymore. We do have ways of getting treasure, but still. Okay. Nothing was dealt damage. That's cool. We could steal that. What is that, 4? Alright, so we can't do it anytime soon, but still. Ooh, Depths. That's cool. Depths would be good. And then keeping it up. Plus we have 4 for this or 3 for this. Yeah, I guess we just pass. No. Obviously, I'm not going to give them this trade. We've got a lot of different options this turn. Let's see which one their actions make us do. They have a 1/7. We could also steal that. It's the same amount of mana as this guy. Okay. They still can't attack with this. If they attack with this, I may just let it through in order to compass or something. Or put a counter. Okay. On end step then, I guess. Do we put a counter? I feel like they can just... Like if they kill this, I feel bad about putting a counter, but I can compass and try to get that last land. No, I'll put a counter on this guy. That's fine. Yep. Wow, we have both Ceratops. Well, we do have 5 mana. We could do that now. Do we want to? I think so. Why not? They had the same idea we did. They put in this 1/7 to block our smaller guys. No attacks. And we put in this these 4/4s that can block additional creatures. How many 4/4s is too many 4/4s? Okay. Well, next turn we have enough for Entrancing Melody on either the 1/7 or the 3/3. It's actually a tough choice. Ooh. We also have Waker of the Wilds. Or the other Spike-tailed Ceratops. This is interesting. These are games. I like this. I was feeling a little down after our other stuff. Okay, well, no attacks, unfortunately. Until we get rid of this guy, which I guess would be a good reason to say that we would want this. I just forgot. Did I play a land this turn? I did. Okay. So, it doesn't make sense to compass now. I guess it really doesn't matter either way, but we have 6 total, so we can't do 2 of anything. But we can steal the 1/7 and then attack with the Ceratops. If they block and double or triple block, I really don't care because they don't know that we have the other one. So yeah, let's do that. Entrancing Melody, steal their 1/7. And then get in for 4. I'm not going to put my Shapers of Nature at risk yet. Because like I said, there are double and triple block potentials here. There's also Slash of Talons. They could like Slash of Talons and block with this guy that they don't really care about. Okay. They're actually putting something real up. I'm clearly going to kill your 3/3 first. Your 2/3 does nothing for you. That's fine. Like I said, they don't know that we have the other one. That's a fine trade-off in my opinion. They have the Hammer Skull. That seems fine. Okay. Do they attack? They're actually thinking about it. I can't imagine that they do. To gain 2 life? I don't see it. Unless they have 1 card in hand. I guess they could have Shenanigans, but I doubt it. Okay, I didn't think so. Alright, it's our turn. We drew a Kumena's Speaker. We have 6, so we could do Ceratops and Speaker. That's a thing. I want to save Waker for a little bit later. We have the compass as well, so we could do depths and compass. Let's do compass now. Get a forest, play it, and then we'll have 7. Okay, so then this will flip. It'll still be tapped, I think. Yeah, it's a flip card. It'll stay tapped. But now we have 4, so we can depths and speaker, or save a counter. Let's speaker. Why not? It's 2 power, 2 toughness. Can get rid of one of these easily. And then we have depths up top. Seems easy enough. Let's not attack. We could kill, like, if they block with this and these 2 to deal the 4 damage, we would just kill these 2, which is basically a 1-for-1 because we just get rid of Queen's Commission. So yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. Okay. Well, now we have this. That's cool. We have the spires. All right. Do they attack? They can tap our 1/7. Their 1/7. They don't. Okay. Do we depths? They have 1 card in hand. They obviously played a land. That's tough. I think we do. I think we depths here. Let's bounce. The Castaways, the Hammer Skull, or one of these guys. I guess we just bounce one of these guys. Okay. Water Trap Weaver seems great. We can Water Trap Weaver, tap down the Hammer Skull, and then we can get in for 4. Let's try it. Yeah, we can follow with Waker. Or Ceratops. That's a tough one. They are full of mana here, but I'm not super worried. It's clearly not a counterspell, but it could still be Walk the Plank or something. All right. Water Trap Weaver. Oh, I think Walk the Plank's the sorcery, right? Anyway, regardless, Territorial Hammer Skull gets tapped. Don't attack with Command the Speaker. It'll just die to this. But let's attack with our Shapers. Let's start putting somebody on the board here, because we're still both at 20. I have the counter up. Oh, I guess I could have attacked with Command the Speaker because of that, but that's okay. I'll just play Waker or Ceratops. Okay, no blocks. That's cool. Let's play Waker. We still have 2 available. It's not enough for anything, so pass. Think we have enough mana? I think we have enough mana. Okay. Anointed Deacon is a card. Thankfully, it won't make anything big enough to get past our 1/7. But it could gain them some life, which is a thing, but it will only do it once? Depends on how we block. Oh, no, it doesn't. We just block with the 1/7 anyway. Yeah. So it doesn't matter how we block. Which is why I don't think they'd do it unless they're really desperate. Wow, really desperate for 3 life? Or they could still have other shenanigans. Okay, no, they saw it. Okay. We drew New Horizons. Okay. So that would be 3. 1, 2, 3, which would leave 5 for us. 6 if we count this. I think I can risk using this. So 1, 2, 3, which would leave 6, which means I could put 4 counters on something. So let's do 2 green, colorless, white. It doesn't really matter. 3, 4. Yeah, that seems fine. To use this on an island. Okay. X is 4. So let's make that a 4/4. Okay. Now we're going to have to use it for mana, but I don't care. I did that on purpose. To play New Horizons on an island. And then we get to put a counter on... What do we put it on? I guess it doesn't really matter, right? I guess we put it here. Okay. Let's... We could attack with a lot of different things here. Or we could wait a turn. That's probably wrong. But still, I think we're in a really good position. And I think we could do much more fun things coming up soon. What I like about this Waker card is that you can use this ability on the same land. So we could just do this again next turn on this and just make this thing huge. It is a non-merfolk creature, which we have to be aware of for Walk the Plank. So it would probably be better to kind of diversify our counters here. Okay, another Anointed Deacon. That's pretty scary. So they could give something +4/+0, which would, if they did it on one of the Anointed Deacons, would be enough to kill the 1/7. We could just throw like a Water Trap Weaver in front of it, since it doesn't have trample. Weaver or Speaker, if they tapped it with Hammer Skull or something. But it's a really risky attack for them, regardless. We have a lot of beef on the field. Okay, so they're just trying to gain life. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind trading one of these away. It would probably be the Speaker, just because Water Trap Weaver could be bounced if we draw the Storm Sculptor. So, I'm fine with these. Yep. Okay. Both on that guy, that's fine. Do you attack with him? Okay. Oh, okay, that's sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 technically. So we could do both of these, but then we're not attacking with this guy or using this or this. All right, let's play the Ceratops. Well, sorry. Do we attack? Can we attack? We absolutely can. Because with this up, we can do lots of different shenanigans. So let's do it. Let's attack with all 3 of our 4/4s. It does put some of our engines in danger, but we've got, I think, enough mana. Because we can do this ability twice. Or this. Plus we've got Run Aground if they do something crazy with like pumping one of their creatures to the moon to block. And if they don't block, we can just do this or this. So let's attack with our 4 power guys and see what they do in response. Because if they start putting these 3 creatures in danger, we're in a great position. Because that's their best chance of winning right now. This 1/7 is locking down their 1/1, their life gain strategy real hard. Plus we can run aground on it, and they'll feel real bad if they've pumped both deacons into it. We can't do both anymore because we tapped our land creature, but we've got so many different ways to pump as like combat tricks. It makes their math really bad. Okay. Doesn't have trample. That was what we were talking about before. That's fine. They could do the same with this guy. Just throw him away. Okay. Okay. Wow. That's cool. I guess they realized that they were kind of screwed because we just had so many different options. That's really nice. All right, we are not out of this thing yet, guys. We are 1-1. Fingers crossed we will be back for round 3 in just a second. All right, we are back. There was an interesting round 2. Let's try round 3. We're facing a Black Lotus. This is a fine hand. This is a very fine hand. Nothing but 3 drops and 3 lands. So let's start with that. And that'll be it for now. Okay. Yeah, there's no need to show them the green yet. Not that it would necessarily influence their play, but still. They don't know what we have. Hey, look. Alright, so now the question is, do we new... Oh, no, we definitely don't New Horizons, but let's Shapers. It sucks to put them out first. We've done it before, but we don't know what we're coming up against. If they have also black, I'm going to be really pissed. Okay, thank you. Jesus. Let's have some variation in our opponents, please. We're still playing nothing but white. This card's great. I like this card a lot. Okay. Hey, a Kumena Speaker. That's cool. So we can Water Trap Weaver and Kumena Speaker. We can New Horizons in Kumena Speaker. Let's... Actually, we can't New Horizons and Kumena Speaker. So let's Weaver and Speaker, I guess. Actually, yeah, see, the thing is, I'd want to put the counter on the Speaker, which is why I say we can't. Because obviously if we, tapped 3 and then put the New Horizons on the island, we could play the Speaker, but that's kind of a little backwards with what I want to do. So let's go Speaker first. Weaver second. And then the Weaver taps their creature down, which gets us in, lets us get in for 3, which is nice, right off the bat. Now, if they have something hasty in white-blue, then we're taking some damage, but seeing as how that's unlikely, I think we're all right. We have depths and run aground, which is good for us. New Horizons, I think, will be really cool to put the counter on the Speaker. Always leaving the Weaver back if we want to bounce it with one of these. Anything? They have 6 cards in hand. I assume they're deciding between what crazy thing they want to do to try to kill us. But they're playing something. Emissary of Sunrise is a good card. Siren's Ruse. Okay. They don't have any pirates yet. Right? This is a human cleric, and this is just a dinosaur. They're in somewhat of pirate colors. In blue. Alright. We got a land. That's cool. So we have 5 now. But with New Horizons, we have 6, so we can depths as well. So let's New Horizons. Let's... Actually... That's interesting. Let's do something completely different. Let's attack with our 3/3. If they block, we can put a counter on it. If they have Slash of Talons and a blocker, we can Depths of Desire. No blocks? Cool. Free damage. Okay, yeah. That's great. New Horizons on our island. Putting the counter on the speaker. Seems good. And then we just have up Depths of Desire now. Doesn't necessarily help us against the flyer. I don't know. We could still use it if they attack with both. I guess we could bounce this guy in the hopes that they explore and get a land, but it's card advantage either way. So you kind of want to get this guy instead and make them... It's 3 mana either way. But this at least like makes them waste a turn without any value when it enters the battlefield. And it could give us a turn if we draw a creature to play that creature untapped. Not that it necessarily matters. Unless it's like a Ceratops or something and we want to be able to block. Seems pretty even, at least mana-wise and board presence. Life total, not so much, but 1 is not 0. All that other good stuff. Yeah, okay. So we'll Depths. That's fine. And we pay 2 blue and a green. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Bounce it and get a treasure. They can replay it, but it's kind of a waste of their turn, which would still be totally fine with me. Okay, they play Pterodon Knight. They don't have a dinosaur, but they could next turn. Unless... That's actually kind of funny. We could run aground their dinosaur, put it on top of their library, and then be able to block this. Okay, but we need 4 for that. Oh, and we would have 4 left over for this. So that's actually great. Question is, do we attack? I think we do. Problem is then we don't get to block, but I think we're in an okay position here. Yeah, thankfully we have enough to do the counters twice, so they're just going to take 6 here and go to 8. They have 1 mana. Okay, so they go to 8. I have Run Aground up if they do something crazy that I'm not anticipating, although I assume they just play the dino, attack for 3 in the air, which would allow us to run aground the Pterodon Knight to the top of their library. If they attack with both, I'll take 3, but if they attack with just this, then we just bounce this to the top of their library and take nothing. All right, this is actually going super well. We might do this regardless. I think it just makes sense. We can keep up the treasure token. We don't want to get rid of that necessarily because it allows us to have 2 instances of this. I don't see a need to draw cards right now. Although we are low on hand, I think at this point we just need to blow through damage. It's clearly like the threat of activation is clearly stopping them from blocking anyway. So it's our best bet. Let's see what, if anything, they do. They do have 6 cards in hand, and we have 1, which is a drastic difference. But if you look at our life totals, we've been dropping cards like crazy, and they've been not. Okay, so they have a Siren Lookout that gets to explore. It's a flyer. Presumably going to be a throwaway card of some kind. Plains. Yep, definitely a throwaway blocker. No trample here to speak of. they can still play the, what is it, Kinjali Suncaller or whatever it is, the flyer. Which I assume they'll do. No, Water Trap Weaver. Interesting. Okay. Huh. What are they going to tap down? I guess whatever they don't tap down, we could give a counter to and then not run aground this turn. Save it for next turn. Okay. So they tap that down. So do we just give a counter to this? Yeah, I mean, they're tapped out now, right? So this was all in main phase 1. They haven't even gone, like, attacked yet. Or attempted to. Okay. So they're trying to end their turn. Let's put counters on things. Put a counter here. And that's it. I'll save my treasure. Hey, a Storm Sculptor. See? That's amazing. So we Storm Sculptor, bounce the Weaver, replay Weaver, tap Emissary. I guess we attack first. Yeah, we attack first. Multi-blocks we have run aground for. Which means we wouldn't be able to play Weaver this turn, but we'd still get out the unblockable. We could also run aground and counter, like put a counter on it, depending on how they block. They could theoretically throw everything they have in front of it. It feels real bad, but they could. They do nothing. Okay, so the question is, I don't think we pump this turn. I don't see a need. They go to 4, which is this plus a counter next turn. So let's do 2 blue, 3, 4 for Storm Sculptor. Bouncing the Weaver. Okay. Weaver comes back. I don't need blockers, thankfully. I'm at a nice enough life total. And I don't think we play the Weaver this turn. I don't see a need. I'm not really afraid of anything. And I'd rather keep up run aground or the counter. Because unless they have a way to deal with this, the counter on this is lethal. They do have 5 cards in hand, but we said that before, and they didn't do anything effective. We know what one of them is, which is the Suncaller. So they have 4 unknown cards in hand. Let's see what they do. Okay, they're going to combat. That seems fine with me. They're attacking with a first striker. I don't think I care. I'll take 3. Yep. What else? Okay. So they wanted to raid so that they could draw a card so that they could try to find a way out of this. That's fine. Totally fine. Yep. Okay. Sweet. That was a sweet game. I don't see a need to... Oh, did I talk about having the Ceratops in the deck? I don't have the Ceratops in this deck right now. But I don't think I need it, do I? This seemed to go pretty well. Shapers of Nature is like the second biggest bomb in our deck after Waker of the Wilds, both of which require mana sinks. Yeah, Shapers is just fantastic. Like I in terms of pick order, I treat this card like a rare. It's so good. Yeah, I mean, Ceratops might not be terrible, but I think we're fine here. They had a couple of flyers, but I'm not afraid of Cobbled Wings. We still haven't seen Windstrider once this entire tournament, but I think we're just going to submit. Okay. Well, we finally got a subpar hand. We actually going to have to mulligan today? I don't like it, but I'll do it. Okay. Much, much better, actually. That's great. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. They mulligan to 6 as well? Okay, we'll keep. Ugh. Unfortunately, I think this goes on the bottom. That's rough. Like, I know Depths gets us a treasure, so maybe we don't do that. Yeah, I guess we put it on top. That's fine. That's totally fine. Okay. So we do Kumena's Speaker turn 1. Do we draw a 2-drop? I doubt it. Okay. We drew Pounce. That's a thing. But now we get to attack for 2. Okay. Well, if they play a 1/1, we can pounce and feel happy about it, but oh. Well, if they get a land with it, we can kill it. Nope. Kinjali's Sunwing, which presumably stays on top. Yep, it does. And now they have a 2/3, which we cannot pounce. Okay. Well, we got a Jungle Delver. That's something. We haven't seen that all tournament either, or have we? I think maybe we saw it once. Anyway, do we play the Deep-Root Waters here? I guess we do. We can't block the flyer anyway, and I don't think we need to keep up Depths for this, or for their other flyer. So let's play Deep-Root Waters. If we draw another if we draw another forest, we can Waker. Otherwise, we can Delver. It's not the Delver you want, but it's a Delver. Okay. Pterodon Knight is a thing. Okay. No blocks, obviously. Alright. Now we draw a 2-drop. Unfortunately, we don't have that second green. That's interesting. So we can Depths on the Knight, because they have the Kinjali Sunwing, which clearly they're hoping to be able to play the Sunwing and attack for 3 for 5 in the air. So if we Depths now or keep up Depths, we can, like, we still can't get them, right? We can't bounce the Dinosaur and be able to block here effectively like we could last game. So I think Depths now and then like Jungle Delver maybe, or just Depths now and then keep up the treasure to be able to maybe play Waker or something, or Pounce and Deep-Root Warrior next turn. I think that's fine. Plus we can get in for 2 since we're not blocking the flyer anyway. Yeah, they've F6'd, so we can attack for 2. Why not? And that's our turn. Like I said, I don't see the need to play Delver this turn. I'd rather, if we don't draw the land, we need to be aware of the fact that we could get screwed over by not drawing the land. Okay. So they have River Sneak and the Kinjali Suncaller, and we take 2. That's fine. Hey, we drew a land. All right, sweet. It's not green, which is really, really unfortunate with this hand, but Do we risk it? Question is, when do we use this, right? We can play Deep-Root Warrior and leave up Pounce. This comes into play tapped. But what do we pounce, right? Like, we can't kill either of the flyers right now. So it might be better to Waker this turn. Again, still can't kill either of these. And this can't be blocked. I think we Waker now. It just feels a shame to waste our only second green. Because if we don't draw a forest, we just can't use any of its abilities. Oh, I should have... Yeah, that's okay. I'll auto-yield to it next turn. Oh, that sucks. These guys come into play tap too. I guess that makes sense. Alright, well, we can't attack, so we just pass. If only you were green, then I could play this Delver and effectively use my mana. But instead, I mean, this is good, right? Their deck is cool. They've got a lot of evasion. It's blue-white flyers and unblockable. They can play the 3/3 that would be able to attack as a flyer since they have the Dino. We're taking hits. Oh. Yep, there it is. 2 more mana, 1 card in hand. Alright, Water Trap Weaver is a thing. It'll come into play tapped, as will the Merfolk that'll be made when I play it. But I can do Weaver and Delver this turn. And I guess I can tap down their 3/3 flyer. Okay. I'm taking 5 next turn. I have like 2 or 3 turns to do something about this. Alright, let's play this first. Always yield to that, so that we don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay. Tap down their flyer. I can't block anything they have anyway, so I might actually be able to get in for some damage this turn. Let's do it. We've been pretty even life total wise, but on board they are doing much better than I am. Alright, we play a Jungle Delver, we get another Merfolk, and the Delver itself. And that's our turn. Considering we've had 4 mana this whole game, look at this board. I think we're doing okay. Again, board presence-wise. They've got lots of flyers and unblockable creatures. I think the thing that would help us now, like Tempest Caller would be a really sweet draw right now. Tap all their stuff, swing in for lethal, I think. Right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, totally. Tempest Caller would be the ideal draw in our deck. We have nothing to say about anything that you're doing. But Crackback kills you, so you better choose wisely on your attacks. It's tough. If we draw a land, a forest, we can get in with one of the islands. It would be a 2/2. They're leaving back one of them. Makes sense. They'll probably have another creature as backup as well. Although they only have 2 cards in hand, so maybe not. What do they have? Prosperous Pirates, so they get treasures. Okay. Doesn't look like they've needed land, but it allows them to play out their whole hand. That's something. Hey, Run Aground. All right. Okay. So here's the question. If we run aground the pirates and then swing out, that's probably bad. They would block here and here and take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and go to 4 and then win. Oh, they wouldn't win. We'd go to 2. Although I guess if they left one of them back, right? So they block here only. Take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no, we cannot attack all out. Okay. But if we play Deep Root Warrior, it comes into play tapped, as does the Merfolk. So we can't do that either. We can pounce this guy into this guy, getting rid of a big damage dealer. The issue is we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they have lethal right now, which means we need run aground up to live. It's the only way we live. But we can run aground the 2/3 and then block this thing and kill it with, like double blocking or something. Okay, so I think that's our plan. We have to save run aground for when they attack. Right now, we can't attack with anything because they have a 3/1 and a 3/4. So let's just pass. We'll end our turn. And see what they do on their turn. We're not dead, but we are darn close. But so are they. I mean, one wrong move on their part and they lose too. So, unfortunately, right now our plan is run aground on this, block this, like double block that and kill it. We can get rid of this Raptor Companion with one of our Merfolk, which is cool. We can throw another Merfolk in front of this 3/4. Which feels bad, but it's a way to take care of it for now. And then presumably with one card in hand, they replay this as one of their things, which sucks for our blockers, but it's something that we have to do. Yeah, I mean, they have lethal, they have to do it, right? So what we do is, before blocks happen, we put this on top of their library for 4. They don't have a dino anymore, so they don't have flying. Oh, they still have a dino. That sucks. All right, so we go to 2. That's fine, I think. Yeah, I mean, they're all unblockable, so for one reason or another. All right, so do we lose? They play the looter. So they get to loot. Oh, but they have... Is that right? Do they have no cards in hand? So they're just decking themselves for one? What happened to the Suncaller? Oh, I run aground. I put it on top of their library. So they're just putting it into their graveyard now. They know what their top card is. Oh, okay, so they just chose not to do it. That makes sense. All right. We drew a land. It's not green. This is super unfortunate. We can do one thing. We can pounce. So, see, the thing is, right, they just draw the Suncaller, play it, and then kill us. So the only chance we have is we swing out, they block this way, right? Because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they do have to block one thing, but they can just use this. So I think they just win, right? We can't do anything to win here. Yeah, I mean, we can pounce. We're at 2, though. This kills us. This kills us. Any of these unblocked kill us. We can't do anything. This turn, at least. No attacks. Yep. If they hadn't played it, we had a slight chance, but they just win. All right, so the only thing that we can do is have this deal damage to this, and then they win. I don't want to slow roll it, so Let's concede. I don't see a need to change anything. We got kind of screwed over mana-wise. So let's see what we can do to continue this game or this match and have it go in our favor this time. We were close considering that we didn't have double green and we had all green spells. So I think we're in a pretty good position. The deck is doing what I want it to, which is good because in round one it really didn't. So let's see what we can do with this. We've submitted. Okay, I was going to say our timer now stops, so they have as well. Okay, I would love to play first. Yes, please. Our timer is a little low. Our hand looks okay. I'll keep it. Not amazing, but not terrible either. We can play something on turn 1 and then play an island on turn 2. This is oddly familiar in a good way, right? I have no complaints about these plays. All right. What do they got? Nothing? Great. I almost played a forest. That would have been silly, wouldn't it? All right. Yep. Hopefully they now play something so we can weaver it and feel better about it, but otherwise we might just have to do it for no value depending on what we draw. Yes, perfect. Awesome. And it's a 1 for... Oh, wow. All right, we got a sweet curve going. I like it. Perfect. This is going well. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's going well so far. We have the double green. We actually have triple, but we have double both of our colors, which is nice. This is ideal. Let's make this a real game. Yes, no? They played a land. They can't attack, clearly. So the question is, which of these are we going to do this turn? Or will it be something that we draw? Totally separate and apart from those two things. Okay. Wow. They ended their turn. Ooh, we drew a Shapers too. We're not playing it. I'm going to attack with both and then bounce the Weaver and play for the Storm Sculptor. They're playing slowly. We're just going to do as much as we can to deal as much damage as possible nice and early. They might have something. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's do it then. Storm Sculptor. Okay. Yeah. Thankfully, they're not the only ones who can play unblockable or just in general creatures with evasion. We have some too. And then we can play this and make him bigger. We got lots of different options. Okay. I don't know whether it's like Magic Online's being slow or whether our opponents are just taking forever to respond like consistently. I know we've been thinking a lot, obviously, because look at our timer in comparison to theirs, but we always do that, so I really don't know. All right, we're done. End of turn, they're putting this back into my hand. Makes sense, they get a treasure. That's a cool move. I like that. We've done similar, but now we have our Weaver back as well. So we still get the end of the battlefield effect. It puts us behind, but not by a lot. We're still way ahead damage-wise. Okay. 4 available mana on their side. 6 cards in hand. What are they going to do? Pterodon Knight. Okay. Do they attack? See, because if they don't attack, then the Weaver taps this, but they can still block. Yeah. Okay. Well, at least we made them hold back a turn. All right, so we only have 5 available, but we have more blue. So let's play the island. We can probably Pirate's Prize. That only leaves us with 2 mana, which is not enough. We've already played a land this turn. We could also... I guess we Shapers here. If we can only play 1 card this turn, which is what it was. Unfortunately, it's a card that they didn't know about. So now they know half the cards in our hand. But still, we weren't going to be able to attack this turn even if we'd used the Weaver. So we might as well, like, see if they change their play style to play around these 2 cards, presumably mainly this one. If they play a dino of some kind, they can get us for 4 in the air, which is not the worst, because crackback is really easy for us. And they're low on land. We've been there. Next turn we'll have 6, so we can Pirate's Prize. And then with the treasure we'll have 7, so we can Weaver as well, which will be nice. They do have, again, 6 cards in hand, so they've got choices to make, but I'm assuming some of them cost more than 3, so it eliminates some choices for them. Maybe some of them cost double white. Again, we've been there. Okay. They're playing their own Water Trap Weaver. Very nice. Presumably tapping my 3/3. Yep. Makes sense. Do they attack? Okay. I'll take 3. I wasn't going to block with this guy anyway. He's like the main part of my strategy. Okay. We draw a Windstrider. That's fun. That's a really good card against this guy. But let's play the land. And let's do 2 and 2 for Pirate's Prize. Again, now they know still a bunch of cards in our hand. Ooh. Okay. So we can... It'll have to be next turn. But we can Entrancing Melody for this. We don't have a dino, though. But still, we could steal this, I guess. That would be a bad idea, though. So if we Weaver, it's kind of the only thing we can do, right? Is Weaver won't be able to allow us to get in for an attack, but I guess we could... Oh, yeah, I guess we could offer the trade here. That would be kind of dumb, though. But I want to, again, use my mana as effectively as possible, so let's Weaver... I feel like it's a waste to keep their 3/3 tap down. Feels bad. Again, they know we have it, but there might be things they're holding back for it. So let's just pass. No attacks. Kind of sucks. Leaving up 3 and not doing anything with it, but like I said, we've got stuff coming up that'll be good for us. If they want to attack us for 3 again, they can. It'll come closer to evening things up, but not exactly. Yeah, they still don't have their 4th land. Unless they're holding it till after combat, but... yeah, they know we're getting our 3/3 back next turn. So they thought about it for a second, but they attacked anyway. No blocks. Siren Lookout. That's a good card. They want that land, and they didn't get it. They got a 4-drop. And they put it... Did I miss something? Oh, it's in the graveyard. Silly me. Okay. I should have looked. Anyway. We have 8 available. I guess we could steal this flyer. It's untapped. It's a blocker right now. That's 5 mana. We could also just play this and kill it if they attack. And we'd still have 3 for the Weaver. So we could Weaver. All right, let's do our classic strategy of attacking. Classic Magic the Gathering strategy of attack with your cards. Because we have the threat of double counters. So we'll see how they block, if they block. Yeah, 5 is a big attack right now for us. That's really nice. No blocks. All right, nothing from me either then. Let's do 1, 2, 3 to Weaver. Tapping there. Oh yeah, they're 3/3. Because the Windstrider is going to block the 2/3. That's fine. Okay. They might think that I'm afraid of a dinosaur, but I really just want them to attack with this so I can kill it. Ooh, Emissary of Sunrise. Card's good. And they get plains. Okay, well, they got their land. They've been looking for that forever. But now they have a 2/1 first strike, which only gets rid of these guys. And that's if I don't use a counter. Please attack. Oh, they didn't attack? All right, well, do I just play it anyway, or do I play a counter now? Yeah, just play the flyer. Don't be silly. Good call. Not attacking. But now I get to steal this flyer as well. Oh, this is good too. All right, let's tap 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 for the entrancing melody on this guy. Okay. And then we can attack with stuff. Attack with this guy. And that's it. They could have some good blocks with their first striker. Right now they could throw away their 1-3 if they want. I'm assuming they do. No, they don't. Interesting. Okay. Problem for them now is Storm Sculptor with a counter on it kills them. But they've probably got a little while for that still. Okay, Steadfast Armasaur is a thing. I guess they can start attacking with it now, but I'm not that worried. Oh, but it's a dino to get this guy in the air. Okay, that's a thing. All right, let's play a land. What do we return? Oh, the Weaver. Silly me. Let's go 4 Storm Sculptor. They knew we had it, unless they forgot. Yes. Bouncing the Weaver. 1, 2, 3. Weaver. Tapping the Flyer. Attacking with the flyers. I guess they could just block this guy for free, but then they go to 1. And I have a 3-2 unblockable. Okay. So you go to 2 and I have a 3-2 unblockable. Seems good. Six available. Do we win this? We're both in the red time-wise. But I think we have it here. Pterodon Knight again. Okay. Okay. No attacks. Okay. 3 cards in hand is a thing. Let's just see if we win. Only attack with that. Okay. They return to my hand, and then they don't scry. So we play a land. We tap 4 for the Storm Sculptor. Okay. Let's bounce the Weaver. Tap 3 for a Weaver. And tap down the Pterodon Knight, I guess. Okay. That's my turn. I have nothing else that I can do this turn. They need a way to stop me still. They probably only have so many of those. Let's see. Okay, we won. Well, guys, I said that we were looking for a 2-1, and we got a 2-1. Maybe next time we go for a trophy? I'm just going to stick with 2-1s for now, I feel like. I'll take a trophy if I get it, but still. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Joe. This has been Geek for All. You can click on our logo to subscribe. We have these drafts every Saturday. We have product openings, Paper Magic every Monday, and we have story reviews with my fiance Amy and I every Thursday. You can definitely go check those out. It helps us out a lot. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.